Hola, it's me, Dini. Welcome to another episode of Deep Dives Early Out. This is my series where I get to interview queens that left the competition of RuPaul's Drag Race a little sooner than we had hoped, which I can relate. And we get to talk about what is going on in our lives, the trauma that we share, and the beginning, the middle, and the beginning again of being a pork chop on RuPaul's Drag Race. Today's guest is from season 13, the Mackie doll. She's a fashionista. She is an actress, a factory, and I'm honored to speak to her directly from Chicago. Everyone make some noise for the one and only Kahmora Hall. Here's the thing, my girl. This is the first of my interviews that I've done after I've been announced, after I've seen the episodes, and after I've been sent to the house. So the other 3 interviews that I did were in the middle of like the trauma moments of figuring out like what's gonna happen to my life.
Of course. Absolutely.
And the other queens are like a little ahead of me, but you are like 5 years out.
You make it sound like I'm old.
No.
Oh my God.
So you did ask me how I am, but how are you?
I am feeling fantastic, Dee Dee. I am coming to you live from the literal House of Hall.
From the House of
Here.
Hall.
Yes, from the House of Hall, literally. It's a little cold and chilly and dry in Chicago, but you know, I'm from Chicago, so I'm used to it.
I'm from Chicago. Okay, let's go back to the very, very beginning. Kahmora, before she is Kahmora Hall, you are a kid living in Chicago?
I grew up outside of Chicago in the burbs called Skokie, but it's literally like 20 minutes away. But I consider myself a Chicagoan. It wasn't until college in the city that like I kind of discovered drag.
I like to call this like, when did you start finding that fuego, that like thing in you?
Oh,
that is
sure.
like, ooh, like I kind of want this. The stage or to share something or to say something through artistry. When did that kind of start developing for you?
Honestly, probably watching America's Next Top Model. Like, right? Okay. Tyra Banks really birthed a generation of drag queens.
Yes.
Just watching that show, like I just always wanted to wear like heels. And so like whenever my sisters or my mom was out the house, I would wear heels and just practice. And so, you know, I didn't know what drag was at the time. But when I finally was exposed to it like my freshman year of college. And I think that's when I saw my first season of Drag Race, season 2.
What season? Okay, season 2.
Yeah, season 2, I saw Jujubee. So like it was a mixture of like America's Next Top Model and Jujubee. Also like my college having like an annual student drag show.
Okay.
Which is how I met my drag mother, but I'll get to it.
Yes.
But it was just like a combination of all 3. And I was like, wait, I kind of already do drag because I was like walking in heels.
Yeah. You start connecting the pieces.
Exactly. And I was like, oh, I didn't know you could do this. You know, I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know drag was a thing.
So then you're like, okay, I see it on TV. I see Jujubee. She's iconic. I like wearing heels. Where did you go? How did you find people?
At this point, I was just like a fan of Drag Race, right? Like seeing Jujubee, strong, confident, gay Asian man be like living fabulous. I'm like, I want to be like her. So she definitely one of my role models. And then I met my drag mother, the fabulous Lady Taj Mahal. Fortunately, she's not with us anymore, but rest in peace. We love her.
We love her. Okay, so wait, hold on.
Yeah.
You see this iconic lady perform at your school, and then you're like, excuse me, ma'am, are you looking for a daughter?
Okay, you're right. I'm going too fast. She like knew who I was because she always went to my school. But like I had to like prove to her that I was serious about it. So I would literally spend like so many weekends in my room at home. I was still living at home during college, door locked, you know, sitting in front of a mirror, just practicing my makeup, spending hours. You know, some things just don't change.
I'm going to say the whole storyline on Drag Race is that it took you 6 hours to get ready.
Yes.
Where are we now? Kahmora Hall, where are we now?
I'm like a good 3 to 4 hours. For most drag queens, that's kind of normal, right? Like 3 hours.
Yeah. And then in college, you proved yourself to Lady Taj Mahal by working on your makeup. Like, have you been on stage before?
I guess my first performances were at my school, and she would host it, so she would see me. And so she was like, okay, you know what? She's serious about this. And so I like asked her on Facebook Messenger, because, you know, that was the platform back then.
Yes.
And I'm so glad that she said yes. And I was a bit of like her drag lackey, you know what?
Yes. No,
I was willing to do everything just to be under her wing.
yeah, and like to absorb the knowledge of not just like,
Yeah.
this is how you do your makeup, this is how you conduct yourself in a gig setting. This is how you
Yes.
travel. This is how you like all of that. People need to learn. Now joining the family officially, you are becoming serious about doing drag. Have
Yes.
graduated college.
Yeah, so I'm still like trying to figure my life out while still wanting to do drag. I was her last drag daughter that she like adopted, took in her family. So like I was literally the last one.
And you were thinking all along, like, I want to do drag because I want to be on Drag Race or because I want to perform at these bars in Chicago. Like, what were you thinking? Or because I want to wear nice clothes. Like, what was the goal for you at this moment? Because you had already seen your like older sister Dita be on Drag Race at this point.
Exactly. I mean, of course, I think part of it too is Drag Race really did inspire me, like I said, and I think I think it's safe to say it's almost every drag queen's dream or like to make it on Drag Race. Because I mean, we're not gonna lie here, it's like the biggest platform for us still, right?
Yeah.
So season 13 was the one audition tape where I like was truly committed. I think the other times I auditioned just because like for the sake of auditioning, right? You're kind of like feeling like you don't want to feel left behind.
Yeah.
But I took a break because I wasn't happy with all my past tapes. It was like, you know what? Let me like actually like think this through. What do I actually want to show them? And so I think my hard work in that tape obviously paid off.
Yes.
And that was
When
very
you were
happy with
preparing
it.
your tape, did you have a lot of help, or were you just like, this is my baby, like let me just show who I am to these casting directors?
I had some help. A shout out to one of my best friends, a videographer. His name is DS. I reached out to him. I told him the exact storyboard and vision that I had. We filmed it in 3 days, submitted it very early.
Yeah. Okay, so walk me now through, you get the call when
Girl,
you're on the show. How does this call find you? Like not like where were you, but like emotionally speaking, financially speaking, like
of
drag-wise,
course.
like
I mean, first of all, we were the COVID season.
yeah.
We were the height of COVID. So I had auditioned, I submitted the tape in December. I got the initial call in January that like, hey, we were going to reach out to you, do a psych eval.
Background check.
Cool. So, but COVID hasn't happened yet. Like I think it just broke the news, but it hasn't been like this worldwide pandemic,
Yeah, the
right?
world doesn't close. It closed like March 10th.
Yes. So my boyfriend and I and our friend, we had already had travel plans to Japan in March. So we still went. Okay. I get a call while I'm in Japan in my Airbnb from the producer saying, hey, congratulations, we're going to do a psych eval with you. Great. So I'm like freaking out right now. Also, this is right when in the US, there was a shutdown, everything closed.
Girl.
So I'm like, I'm literally in Japan. How am I going to do this psych eval? Am I even going to be able to like go back? I come back just fine. There was no like issue. At this point, I'm still working my job. So April, I get the psych eval call. I'm like, oh my God, it's still happening. Like
we're
I'm
still
excited.
doing Drag Race. Like
Yeah, we're still like, how? We're still doing it? Okay. So we do the psych eval on like Zoom or whatever.
yeah.
I do that as in April. But I get the call a random night in June from one of the producers, and I was like hyperventilating. I didn't know how to react. I asked for the producer's name so I can Google him afterwards because I thought he was bullshitting me.
Right. It feels like a joke.
But yeah, it was legit. They sent me the list
Right.
the
They
next
send
day.
the list of looks and the list of things to bring. But at this point, it's June in COVID.
Yes, June in COVID.
How do you prepare to get on Drag Race? I mean, preparing for Drag Race is the craziest thing on earth.
Yeah.
Doing it in the middle of a pandemic.
I immediately called everyone that I knew, anyone
You
that I knew
said
that
F the NDA.
yes, at the we all kind of say at the NDA, right? Like I live for the girls that do everything themselves, but we're not all like that. That's okay. That's okay too. That's okay too. But also, I'm the type of person that like panics. I had to leave my job immediately because there was just no way that I could work 40 hours a week still, plus do all the fittings, be involved. And that's a more important thing too. I just wanted to be involved in this package. It wasn't just like, oh, can you make this, you make that. Like, no, I want to be there to see it, help you.
Okay, it's the day before you're going on Drag Race. How are you feeling? Are you ready?
And no, because my dear friend Domingo, he made a lot of my package. He was still finishing one of my pockets runway. And so of course I'm stressed out. They're all tired, stressed out too. I think I come over at like 4 a.m. to pick it up. My flight's at like 6 a.m. You know, I haven't really eaten much throughout the month of preparation. You're stressed. I was so focused on trying to pack as much drag as I could that I did not pack enough boy clothes. During our stay there, I had to ask the handlers, like, can you go to Target and buy me some t-shirts? Yeah. Like, I literally didn't have anything.
You're also going to be on screen as a male, so you can't look busted.
For the Drag Race girls, don't neglect your boy self or your out of drag self.
And in the confessionals, don't neglect your face.
Yes.
Because a lot of people wipe their makeup off or whatever and get into the confessional. Baby, those are HD cameras. Did you confide in any of the people that had already been on the show? Like, hey girl, I'm on, like, any tips?
Of course. I think I reached out to like Shay, Kim, Naomi, so many people.
It's so cool that you were able to be like, hey, I'm a part of this community. Help, let's do it. Let's like a community project that like all came together to like elevate your package.
That's why I love Chicago so much. It's such a diverse drag scene. Yeah. We all have that love for drag that we all like mesh so wonderfully.
And now let's dig into the middle. Okay, so you're walking into the workroom and you don't know that they have decided to turn this into a lip sync for your life the moment you walk into the room.
Yes.
And not only that, you are the last group.
Oh my God.
So you get dressed in the morning thinking you're going to enter the workroom just like any other day.
Bitch.
But like what? It's like 7 p.m. now? Because you're the last one.
It was an early call time. I was in drag all fucking day. I stayed padded. I stayed cinched. I had the magnet earrings on. I just kept them on because they wouldn't tell us when we were going to go on set. Yeah. And I didn't want to take it all off and then come in and be like, hey, we need you now.
Exactly.
And like, so I just stayed in it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You walk in and you're wearing your iconic Mackie feather dress.
Worn by Mitzi Gaynor.
Wait,
with a big ass wig.
Was it actually worn by Mitzi Gaynor?
Mitzi wore that, I believe, in 1990 or 91. I have the sketch somewhere, but she wore it. I bought it from her auction. Luckily, it fit me pretty well. A few alterations had to be made, but it was stunning. It was exactly what I wanted to like, introduce myself as with the...
Did you go through other entrance lines? Because coming in saying the Mackie doll is out of her box, looking like an actual Mackie, like
a little Barbie doll.
Girl, it's so iconic. Your polish, your aura just felt like you knew exactly who you were.
Exactly. Thank you. That's why I wanted to, come across.
Yeah, you're like, I didn't know who I was, but I was ready to pretend that I knew.
Fake it till you make it, right?
So you meet Tina, and you meet
Elliot with two T's.
How are you feeling in this moment?
I knew who Tina Burner was already. Yeah. I was very excited to be on the season with her. I didn't know that I was going to go up against her right away. We were seeing the judges already. Like, this is it. Like, what are we doing? And then, the music plays. And like, obviously we get a list of songs beforehand. And so... they told us Lady Marmalade. So I thought this was like the premiere episode, right? Mm-hmm. So like, is the guest judge like Lil Kim, Maya, Pink, Christina? Like, I didn't know. Like, we didn't know what was going to happen. I felt confident, but didn't. Looking back at it, I should have put myself more front and center. I kept staying in the background for some reason, letting Tina and Elliot get the main stage. So that was my mistake.
We're going to keep going about the... Porkchop loading dock, which is complete torture in my eyes. They are torturing all of you. This is like some Big Brother, some Squid Games craziness. Are you thinking you're gonna go home? Y'all are voting Elliot out? Like, girl, what?
We're voting Elliot out. We can tell Utica her wig was pushed back.
You are sick for that.
Well, nobody else said it to her, so it wasn't just me. Okay, low key though, like, I know it's a TV show. I know they're just trying to get a reaction out of us. I knew none of us were actually going home, but it was just so dragged out, because there was a moment where I didn't even know what episode we were even on anymore. I was like, are we still filming episode 1? Because
you just lip sync, then you come in and you're the last one in there. Joey J has been there since 9 a.m.
Yes.
Like, 'cause she was the first lip sync, I think.
Yes, she was.
Like, it's crazy. And then, do you actually think Elliot's gonna go home?
I knew that she wasn't gonna go home because there was no way they would do that to a girl during COVID. But we didn't know what was gonna happen. I knew that Elliot was gonna come back. I thought that she was gonna come back after the first elimination, not that she would join
The winners
group. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I thought.
Do you get a day off because you're not in the winner's circle? So there's like a
Yes.
full episode off. So like you get 3 days off or something.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, I don't even know what episode we're on anymore. And then we come back and film, and then still nobody goes home. And the next thing you know, I get a check for episode 4. I'm like, oh, we're on episode 4?
How did you get a check for episode 4? Did you get a physical check?
Like, I remember getting a check and it said episode 4. So I was like, oh my God. We filmed, we're on episode 4? How? I thought we were still on episode 1. I was like,
no.
Because
episode 1 was the crazy lip sync Porkchop loading dock.
Yes.
Episode 2 was the first girl group challenge.
Yes.
Episode 3 was not Femininomenon. What is it called?
Drags all over the world.
Yes.
Phenomenon. Phenomenon. No. That was us.
Yeah.
And then the first elimination. So I was like so confused.
Which was the RuPaul holiday movies.
Yes. I was rooting for us.
I was rooting. You finally did it right, girl.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't even, at this point, I don't even know anymore because I've just been gaslit to think that I've always said it wrong. No matter how I say it.
It's so iconic. So let's get into it because your memories of the girl group, you like did fine. No One Goes Home. It's a top 2 lip sync. But did you feel good about the girl group? Because I felt good about my girl group and I went home.
They all taught me, and like I felt so good about it because I did something new. Yes. But you know, like but Drag Race isn't about school for girls, really. You know, like you're here to compete. And so even though I felt good, the judges did not feel good about it. So I was feeling very down about myself. I was ready to lip sync. And so, but when No One went home, I thought, okay, they're giving me another chance. Don't fuck it up. Mm-hmm. Then we go to episode 4, the Hallmark challenge. And then at this point, you know, it's really my inner saboteur.
What was it? Was it like, I don't want to disappoint my people at home that work so hard to help me? Was it like I'm embarrassing myself? What's the feeling in that moment?
It's like, you know, you do Drag Race for you, but you can't help but feel kind of responsible, right? That you have this like mountain on your shoulders. Like I had my partner, my family at home rooting for me.
I was rooting for us.
The Chicago drag community. I was the only Asian queen. So I felt like I had like the Asian community watching me too. You can't help but feel so guilty and bad about it. And then at that point, like, you know, I was depressed, losing weight, couldn't focus, not a lot of sleep. I was already out of my comfort zone. Yeah. Looking back at it, I think the reason why I couldn't get the line right was because you know the green screen room, right? Or like, have you the set? It's so large that like you can't really hear yourself or the other person.
And so Ross was over there directing.
Yeah. So I think I was just trying to shout at Ross so he could hear me. The funny thing too is like originally the leaves on my face were also green. Girl, and Utica was like, girl, it's a green screen. They're not gonna see it. Yes. So thanks to Utica, she told me to paint them brown.
Thank you, Utica. We're entering the part where you have to lip sync, and this feels like the end. This is like the elimination.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was already feeling very defeated. I don't want to say like I gave up, but it's just like I just knew what was gonna happen and I accepted it. I knew my fate was sealed, and I think I was also just like trying to accept it at the same time. But I told myself, you know, I'm still gonna do the lip sync. I'm gonna do the best that I can. The show must go on.
Yes, that's
and I'm gonna look like a beautiful dragon walking around, just, you know. And during COVID, it became a viral lip sync. I know mostly because of Denali, but thanks for letting me be a part of it. So
no, you're a part of Drag Race history, because if you had been a part of that lip sync and been horrible in it, I don't think the lip sync would have been that good. But the way that you slithered around with that beautiful, was it Joshua Naponte dress?
Yes, it was. Joshua did do that, yes.
Girl. And just serving the face. It just is a perfect foil to what Denali was doing. Okay, so now it's the end. You're told to sashay away. You kind of maybe predicted it, that would happen. You're kind of feeling already overwhelmed with the emotions of being on the race. How are you feeling going back home?
Defeated, sad, of course, but that's natural, right? It sucks going home first. Let's be real, it does. Yeah. No one wants to go home first. I think I was depressed for a good like month. Yeah. And because I had no job now. I came back broke, no job, no eyebrows.
And it's not that you can go back to the bar scene because they tell you to not perform Oh, there was no bar scene because it's
but there
closed.
was no bar. Everything was closed. And
So
even if they were doing drag shows, no one had money to pay anyone.
right.
All my shit from Drag Race just sitting there staring at me. Yeah, literally.
All the things that didn't
So
get to see the light of day that you worked your
yeah,
ass off and you paid on the community. Yeah.
after I was kind of depressed for a month, something told me that like, hey, you know what? It's only going to be a bad experience if you make it a bad experience. So I kind of like shifted my mentality. Like, you know what? I'm going to at least make really good content.
Yes.
I want to at least showcase everything I would have worn,
Yes.
give props to the designers, everyone that helped me. Like, let's make this the best experience that I possibly can. And I'm sure you would say the same thing. That's our best advice to every pork chop girl. Make the most out of it.
You really can't control it because it depends on your attitude.
Yeah, exactly. It's all on how you perceive it. So
Someone commented on a post of mine saying, it's grief because
yeah,
a vision of what you had for yourself is not coming to pass, and you kind of have to mourn that hope and that dream that you had. But what's happening right now to me is some things are still happening. Like some dreams are still coming true no matter what happened.
yeah,
And I'm getting other blessings by being eliminated early, like including doing the show.
exactly.
But in the moment, I'm like, I've ruined my life.
Exactly. You don't think about the positives yet because you're still in that grief stage, and that's a great way of seeing that. I love that.
I am currently in the part of the story where I'm starting to release my content. People starting to find out that
Yes.
who I am on the show does not define who I am like in my quality of work, you know?
Right.
And it's taking a while for people to figure it out because people just see you as the first out.
Yes.
But I'm hoping to get more people to understand what I can do. But there's a line. People still judge you for being a pork chop. Did you find
Of
that?
course. But what I've learned that it doesn't matter if you go home first, you win the show, people will always say something negative about you.
Right.
And that you're not is not unique per se, you know, like you just have to ignore it, let it go. You can definitely have your negative opinions about the show, but overall it's a blessing, you know, and I'm so grateful for World of Wonder, Paramount. Like I've done a lot of random side projects with them.
I know, because you've done Out of the Closet.
Out of the Closet,
You've been on the
Pit Stop, Slasian Excellence shoot with them,
Yes, I
Drag
saw
Race
that.
Experience. So it's like,
And then you get to do your brand collaborations. You get to solidify your connection with Bob Mackie by wearing Bob Mackie on the show. You get to work with him and meet him, and then he knows who you are as this person that not just loves the clothing, but like is taking care of the legacy of the garments.
yes, like I truly love him and fashion, and I take care of my shit.
And then Disney calls. You audition for Disney. Like, how did that come about? Because you're in Hocus Pocus too.
Yeah, so that was crazy because at that time, that was in 2021. I did not have an agent yet. So I had no clue how they reached out to me, how they found my email. I thought it was fake at first, spam, but the email was Disney.
At Disney.com.
And so it was Disney.com, yep. And so, you know, that all happened so quickly.
That must have been a fabulous experience. And at that point, are you like, what's my next acting role? What am I going to do?
Yeah, I was like, if I was able to do Hocus Pocus, what else can I do, right? The possibilities are endless. Yeah, so I'm with an agent. Hey, Chris, I love Chris from Underscore Talent. I'm with him. And
Chris,
so
you're looking for another client.
yeah, Chris, she's looking. But yeah, I'd made a few other random like TV film appearances. I was on Camp Wanakiki.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was Camp Wanakiki. I also filmed a short film with Harry Shum Jr., which was based on it was actually based on my friend, my bestie, Eva Young. It was based on her life as a drag queen, and he played her in this short film.
I really thought she was going to be on my season.
Every year, she's always like
I really thought.
predicted.
Kahmora Hall, you're 5 years from when you were on Drag Race. Already you've established yourself as an iconic queen, not just a pork chop. You had iconic moments on the show, but you've had iconic moments after the show. The TV appearances and also your social media presence. You keep your job and you're still doing your drag. What are you hoping for in your drag career for this year, for the next couple of years? What are you looking forward to?
Still doing drag, you know, that's I thought about that too because, you know, I'm in my mid 30s. You know, do I still want to be doing drag when I'm 40? I don't know. But what I do know right now is that I'm still having a lot of fun doing drag. And that's what it really comes down to. sure, we all love getting paid, making money, right? But at the end of the day, drag really is an art. It's a form of expression. If you don't have that love for that art, you really shouldn't be doing drag.
No.
You
Also,
know?
girl, you have too many beautiful dresses that have not
Exactly. I have
featured.
lots in the
You have lots
archive.
of looks yet to wear. So please don't quit drag.
I will not quit drag. You know, I was very fortunate that I'm with an employer that is very supportive of me with doing drag. So they're cool with me. Like, if I need to leave, take some time off to do XYZ, I can do it.
Amazing.
Like, I like having a safety net, you know, like, especially during COVID, we didn't know what was going to happen.
No.
So I just kept that job because I didn't know if we were going to do clubs or, shows. But
Is this the same job you still have?
yeah, I'm still with them.
Amazing.
I've been there for 12 years now total. You know, I'm not ashamed of it. I love working there. I love my job. I love doing drag too. I'm constantly thinking about drag, so it's like doing drag at work, really. But yeah, I just, I'm very grateful for the life that I do have, and I just hope to continue doing drag this year. I still love it.
We've gone through your beginning. We've gone through your middle. We've gone through your elimination. We've gone through the beginning again. And now it's time for the final segment of the show, which is the rapid fire, the rapid fuego. And you get to pick between 1 and 8. You get to pick 2 numbers. And depending on what numbers you pick, it's the questions at random that I'm going to ask you. So,
Okay.
From the House of Hall, what is your first number choice?
1.
Number 1. Okay. The question is, who from your season are you currently the closest with? Who was the last queen that you were texting?
Utica.
Utica, well, she's your Chicago sister.
Yes, but she's my Chicago sister. I mean, also shout out to Olivia, Denali, Joey. I love them.
Yeah.
But I think Utica for sure. We are the closest. She moved to Chicago. She used to live down the street from me.
Wow.
But we stay in touch, and she's always helping me with my outfits. So
Well,
I love her.
I've seen her studio is amazing. Her run
Yes.
on Project Runway. All right. Question number 2. Pick your number between 1 and 8, but not 1 because you already picked 1.
3, because 13 is my favorite number.
Oh, was it before the season started?
Yeah, it was. Actually,
Really?
so it's kind of random trivia facts. I was born on September 13th. I was on season 13, and I placed 13th.
You know what's creepy about that? Lucky Stars from season 17. She has a scar here in the shape of a 7, and 7 has always been her number, and she got on season 17, and she has other 7 connections. Anyway, this is all cosmic.
Yes, it really is.
Okay. We
Okay,
already
last
talked
question.
about this, but last question is, what was a season of Drag Race or the queen you saw there that inspired you to think that you should be on the show?
Season 2, Jujubee. I've told her so many times, you are an inspiration to me. Just seeing you strut down, being a confident gay Asian man brought something within me. Oh, yeah, man, yes, Jujubee is a man. Jujubee is a man, okay, I am a man too. But seeing someone like me on TV, be so confident and fierce, just really inspired me to also be the same. And I know it's such a cliche, but representation really does matter.
It matters.
It really,
so
really
much.
does.
I am honored to
change my
represent
life.
people that I represent, and it matters so much. So
yes,
and you matter so much. So thank you so
and
much.
And you matter, Dee Dee.
And you matter. I feel so excited.
We all matter.
We all matter, and especially you matter. If you are following Kahmora on Instagram and subscribing to my channel, then you matter even more.
Yes.
And don't forget to hit the notification bells.
Yes, and be nice to all the Porkchops, past, present, and future. Okay, we all deserve your love.
That's right, because what happens on TV does not define who we are and what we can do.
Of course. I love you, Dee Dee.
I love you.
All right, thank you all. This was another episode of Deep Dives, Early Outs. Right now we're talking to just Porkchops, but there are some really good Early Outs interviews coming up next. In the comments, if you want to tag who you think it should be, tag them below. And thank you all for watching. This project is a passion of mine. Getting to have these conversations is an honor, and sharing them with you is number 1. So thank you for watching, and I love you. Adios.